and then can you ingest it, stored, monitored, analyzed, and archived your data. What is SensorWeb? SensorWeb managed metadata of a research platform and sensors. SensorWeb does non-managed measurement data. SensorWeb have an overview of the device. We have an example, the CDD water sampler. It's a sub-item of the parent item, the Polarstern. Polarstern is a type of the vessel. And here's the link to the water sampler. Every device have its own overview with a long name and short name, manufacturer and model number. Every device have a contact, owner, editor, and engineer in charge. Later more. We have the parameters of the device, conductivity, temperature. We have properties of the device. This is used for the quality checks. For example, water temperature, min-max values. And we have the actions, the deployments and recoveries. Every device has resources, fact sheets, calibration facts, manuals. And a device can sub-devices. The CDD water sampler have altimeter, lowered acoustic Doppler, current profiler, and more. And here you see the overview of the SensorWeb page. All the information you see here, your device name and your long name. Your short name, it's append all of your devices. You see this on the device URL. It's best practice you used for your short name, the serial number that's unique for the uniqueness all of the whole system. On the top, we see the tabs with the contacts, action, parameters, resources, properties, local frame, and sub-devices. On the contacts, we can add all the contacts with different roles. And at the parameters, you can add your parameters, what your device measured. And when you create a version of your device, you create a handle that's you can use it for the citations. The item state is every device you created have a state construction. Only editor sees this device under my devices. That's a tab on the side. That device is not ready for publication, and you can enter all your information what you need for this device. When you set the device on the public, everybody can see that, and delete of this device is not recommended. You have measured data and you lose your metadata of this device. And the store state is you have a device that's not in use and the device is in the store. Now the features. We have a clone function that can you clone your device with all sub-devices and all information. You can check your information, what you clone. The reassign, you can reassignment the device to the other device, parent device. and you can add a new item on all the devices. Now the linking to the Pangea and sensor. We have a normal Pangea site, and it's now here have an event with a handle of the sensor link, and this, when you open this link, you come to this page and you see this device on the versioned configuration. Our platform types, they are former, and by now you can use that. In the future, it's not selectable. Yeah. Every action have a type of the of a type of action. Any calibration, commissioned, deployment, and mount create a version. That's version mean your all the information what this device has entered that's saved in a safe part of the system. The contract roles, we have 5 special functions of the roles. The editor is only the user that can edit the item, and for the MOSAiC, he has the right access for the MCS. The owner is a special contact of the institute, and the DShip connector to use for the import in DShip. The data provider have right access to the MCS.
And the device contact we will delete. Sorry, that's I forgot to take that from the slides.
Yes, on the other rows.
Sorry, I have a question straight away. What's the meaning of the DShip connector, and what details can I enter there? Like, is this going to be the data responsible person of the leg, or is this going to be the data person?
It's a special contact. It's a contact of Polarstern. That means you imported this, or you can import this device on the Polarstern.
So only devices where the DShip connector with contact Polarstern DShip with role DShip connector is entered will be imported, or which are under a parent device with that connector will be imported into the DShip, and only if they are set to public. That we will, and for MOSAiC we will do it like that, and only we will also say that you have to create an initial version with the commissioned label action. Later on we'll show that with a specific label for MOSAiC, so that you cannot delete it after on. So that's
So it's basically a default entry.
Yeah, it's not
for everyone.
Well, everyone in MOSAiC will have to do it. But not everyone in Sensor has to do it. So this is
but can you pass this information on, because I got this question already and I didn't know what to say, what people should enter there.
It should be in the best practices. We already wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the data scientist, engineer in charge, and principal investigator, it's only for the information for the other users. The collections collect the items. We have for the MOSAiC different teams, and you used for your device, your team collection. The device URL, it's composed of the short names. It's vessel, PS, and ADCP. And the path on the MCS is based on this URL. it's replace the double point to the slash, and we have a path for your data. Your short name should be catchily, and the best practice is you use your serial number of the device for the global uniqueness of this name. And the short name can't be changed by the user, can only admin. Yeah, the reassignment, you can reassign a device. With the reassign, you change your device URN, and with the reassignment, you create a new version of both devices. On device tree, you create a version. Yeah, the versioning, every time you add an action of deployment, mount, calibration, commissioned, the version of your current sensor configuration is permanently stored.
Can be. So for deployment from dship, we won't create a version we defined today. I also have to update the slides. Sorry for that.
Okay.
So.
All your versions can citation. You have a DOI, and this can be referenced in your publications. Deleting of a version is very critical. They can be used in the publication or on another site. They link it to the device. Yes, and we as a system administrator can delete this, but it's not recommended.
Yannick, excuse me, can I ask you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's concerning this. For example, if we have a device that we are to deploy every single day, does it mean that there will be a few hundreds of the DOI objects generated throughout a mission?
Sorry, the sound is very low.
Just please get back to the page that you have been displaying. It's the one that you were presenting before. So yes, this one. All versions, every time you add an action of type deployment, yeah, this first line, all versions get a citation as a persistent identifier like DOI, right? So the question is, if we deploy something every day, does it mean that we will, in the end, we end up with hundreds of, I don't know, objects with individual DOI in the end of the mission, or what?
Dimitri, sorry about that. We've and this was the initial plan, and I missed that part in the slide. So for MOSAiC, we said not every deployment will create a
okay.
So because it
okay, great. So good to know. Yeah, thanks for the clarification.
Sorry about that. So I removed it now. So.
Yes, and for the best practice, we create the initial deployment or commissioned. That's the label MOSAiC 122 and the late number.
That's what I was talking about before. So Yannick said it's not recommended to delete devices from sensor once they are public, and the reason is that you might have already created data with this, and then you have data on the storage, and you would delete the device, and then you would lose your metadata. So that this cannot happen. We said everyone has to create a version, because technically, when a version is created, the device cannot be deleted anymore by a normal editor. So you have to contact Yannick to ask to delete this. So this is more or less a safety measurement. And then you also know which device is ready for usage in MOSAiC. Just an explanation to the last line. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem.